Hi, welcome to the first tutorial in this series where we're gonna model, rig, and animate a character in Maya. So let's just get started here. And the best thing to do is what I like to do anyway, the first thing you model is going to be the head. So let's go up to Create, Polygon Primitives, and let's create a sphere. And let's keep the divisions at 20. That should be good. Got a smooth shade all. So we have the sphere here, and let's see. With that, we're not going to be working from any reference images. We're just going to start modeling, and hopefully you guys can follow along. So let's get started. First thing we're going to want to do is under our menu set, go to Animation, go to Create Deformers, and let's create a lattice. And these divisions, 3 on all, should be good. If yours are different, then just change them all to 3. So go to Create. You see we have the lattice here. Press spacebar and go to your side view. And let's just start shaping these points how you want it to look. Just start modifying this. Just get it how you want it to look. Just moving these vertices around. And we're not getting into too much detail. We're just getting the basic shape in the head. Go to our perspective view. Let's see here. Let's select these front 3 vertices, go to Scale, just scale them down slightly. Maybe scale this head out slightly as well. So that's looking good. Let's maybe scale those in slightly. Go back into our side view. Make sure you just got it the way you want it to look. Just continue moving these around. That looks good. Let's see. So select it. So maybe we can go back to control points and just scale this out slightly. Alright, let's select the sphere and delete history. Go to Edit, delete by type, and history. Just delete that lattice. That looks pretty good. Press 3 on your keyboard just to see what that looks like smooth, and just press 1 to go back. And see. Alright, let's actually go to our soft select tool. So double click your move tool on your tools panel and scroll down and go to soft select. And just check that and change your fall off radius. Type in 0.5. Should be good for now. Let's see if that works. It's like the vertex at the top. And you can see it'll select around it any of the neighboring vertices. So let's move this up to right about here. Should be good. So then move it up a little bit more. And deselect your soft select. Let's actually move some of these points right up here. Make sure you don't select any behind it. Let's just move that just to get the flow a little bit better. Let's move these vertices to get the topology a little bit better. And what we can do now is move this top one up a little bit more. And let's go to our side view. Let's just rotate this right there and move it up. And scale it down. And go to your insert edge loop tool. Let's just insert an edge loop right about here. Can move that around. Let's actually just make it, just bulge it out a little bit. Maybe scale it in slightly. So that it's looking good. Let's see, go to your object, select it, and press 3 to see how that looks. So that's looking good. Got sort of like a horn on the top. Let's actually go back to press 1 on your keyboard. Let's go back to soft select. Actually, first let's select all these bottom faces here. Deselect your soft select. And just shift select all of these vertices, or your faces, sorry. Make sure you didn't select anything that you didn't want selected, and let's go ahead and delete those. I'm going to make a part for the neck here. So go to edge, double click, it should just select the ring. Maybe we can scale it out slightly and just move it over. And then go back to polygons, go to edit mesh, and let's extrude that. Go to world by clicking this circle up here. Just extrude it straight down to something about like that should be good. Now what we can do, let's see. We're actually going to want to delete all these left faces here because we're going to want this thing symmetrical. So what we can do is delete the left side of the head, and when we're done modeling the whole head, we can eventually go to mesh and mirror geometry when we have everything modeled, so that we'll only have to model one half of the face and mirror it over, and everything should be nice and symmetrical. Let's go to our front view, go to faces, and just select half of the head, the left half, and make sure you got the right faces selected. That looks good. Make sure you got all the ones you wanted. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and delete those. It's looking good. And we're going to want to connect this neck up to like a 8-sided body here, like the number of divisions at the end. So we're going to need, if we want to connect this up, we're going to have to get 8 here. So let's go ahead and delete 2 of these edges. And let's see, delete these 2 as well. What we can do is go to edit mesh and split polygon tool, and we can just drag it over to so where it snaps along that, and move it over to right about there. Do the same thing here as well, and see. I think that looks good. Let's actually go ahead and delete this edge so we can keep our quads in there. We can space this out a little bit. go ahead and delete these vertices here. Actually, undo that. Let's just move this. Maybe this down a little bit. And go to your split polygon tool again. I have it on my shelf. If you want to add it on your shelf, just go to Edit Mesh, Control Shift, and select your split polygon tool. I'm just going to use that again, and just move that over to right about there. That looks good. Let's go ahead and space these out a little bit, and delete these vertices. Now we can come in here and edit some of these edge loops, or these edges here, just the way you want it. Let's go ahead and move that one over slightly. Actually, let's line those back up. Press X on your keyboard and it'll snap it right to the grid. And you want all of these snapped along the x-axis on the grid, so that when you mirror it over, it will mirror over without any effects. Some of these vertices won't merge right, and you'll just get some weird stuff happening. So we're going to need to snap those. So this is looking pretty good right here. See, that should be good for the head. We can continue on in the next tutorial, continue on modeling this head out. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe.